It's just pretty astonishing, isn't it? And if there was any doubt as to how isolated the United States is right now, well, the fact that Russia is on exactly that side, is on the side of not just the Chinese, but of the United Kingdom, of France, of Germany, of the other countries that are supportive of this joint comprehensive plan of action, the Iran nuclear deal, is a sure sign of that. Russia has warned that there will be harmful consequences as a result of this decision by President Trump to withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal. It says it's the best way of limiting Iran's nuclear ambitions. That's why they signed up to it. That's why they were an integral part of negotiating it. I suppose there's some other local reasons as well, if I can describe it like that, as to why Russia would be opposed to the disintegration of the deal, not least the fact that Russia is a strong military ally of Iran. It's fighting side by side with Iranian Revolutionary Guards on the ground in Syria. But it goes deeper than that as well, because I think the Russians believe that the alternative strategy, the plan B in Washington right now, must be confrontation with the Iranian regime with a view to regime change. And that's something that Russia is fundamentally opposed to, the idea of switching out a pro-Moscow regime, such as exists in Tehran, with one that is much more pro-Western. And so on a whole range of levels, Russia is opposed to this.
So you talk about Russia, if for no other reason, being an ally of Iran of convenience right now. You also look at Russia's relationship with Israel, which has improved over the past few years. In fact, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be in Russia, in Moscow tomorrow, meeting with Vladimir Putin. That should make for a very interesting meeting, to say the least.
Very interesting. And of course, it comes here in Moscow against the backdrop of the May the 9th Victory Day parade, a huge military parade through the streets of the Russian capital, which Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, will be attending as the guest of honor. After that's over, though, I expect there's going to be some very frank conversations between these two figures, Benjamin Netanyahu and the Russian President Vladimir Putin, who, as we've discussed, is vehemently opposed to the disintegration or the US withdrawal of this Iran nuclear deal. We're also hearing reports that Iran has been carrying out more airstrikes inside Syria, south of Damascus, is the latest word we've had. Now, of course, Russia is on the ground in Syria. Russia controls the airspace over Syria as well, with its very sophisticated surface-to-air missiles. And in the past, when Israel has carried out airstrikes in Syria, it's had to sort of seek the approval or notify, at the very least, the Russians in advance to make sure their planes are not shot out of the sky. There's been some patience for that by Moscow, but, you know, how long that patience is going to last in this new environment is unclear. And so it's a dangerous situation that we're in.
And our thanks to Matthew Chance in Moscow. And a reminder that former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak will join Richard on Friday's show. Clearly, there will be a lot for the pair to discuss.